What is up, Earthnoids and Spacenoids? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode we are returning to the Grips conflict in Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam Defined. Last time the operation at Jaburo began, Jared saves Moir, while Camille and Quattro defeated Major Shelly. This time, Hayato and Karaba will help the Aeug while on Earth. Bright survives the Titan's attack, but something happens to Emma. So let's get into this. Bright tries to contact the Radish and launches the mobile suits on standby. They didn't get caught up in a fight with the Titan's fleet, but there are currently 16 mobile suits heading their way. 7 minutes until Bask's fleet hits them in the front, and 5 minutes before Yazan hits them in the rear. He prepares anti-aircraft weapons. At that same time, the nuke at Jaburo goes off. Bright wonders what the hell is going on down on Earth. The ground operation is going according to Bask's plan. The Garuda-class ship picked up Kai and Rekkawa, but Camille and Quattro didn't make it back before the nuke went off. Rekkawa begins crying. They meet up with the Aldumla and the Sidori. Emma in the Mark II and a Radish team comes in to protect the Aeug fleet. There is only 6 of them against 16. She begins attacking Yazan. Bright and the fleet are able to take out 3 Marasais from the forward fleet. Emma's Nimas surround a Marasai and take it out. The Hyzaks from the front and Yazan's team are about to converge on White Base. Bright's fleet is trying to meet up with the rest of the Aeug before they all get picked off. Yazan and Emma continue their battle. One Aeug Salamis is picked off. Captain Manidi and the Irish comes in to help Bright. She sends out her mobile suits and takes out the Hyzaks. There goes Yazan's reinforcements. They decide to retreat back to the Luxor. Captain Manidi contacts Blex and Bright and tells them that they launched during the attack on Granada as ordered by Melanie Hugh Carbine. Blex tells Bright that Quattro had an idea that he passed by Melanie, and it seems he went with it. Melanie and Wang Li are the Aeug moneymen and have been very controlling. Remember, the Aeug crew were all hesitant against the attack on Jaburo, but Melanie and mainly Wang forced their hand. I guess Melanie is a Char fanboy, and Blex took advantage of that to make him do Aeug's bidding. Also, did you see that interview where Tomino said that Melanie Hugh Carbine is supposed to represent the Jews that control Hollywood? Good times. They have lost communication with the Mark II. Bright sends out a rescue boat. Inside the cockpit, Emma's helmet fills with blood. On the Irish, the mobile suit girls strip and take a shower. Why are you showing me this? Is it just fan service? Where's the equality? It should also cut to a panel with naked Segusa and Torres. The world has been deprived of Bright struggling to lead while naked in the shower. Get it together, manga. On the Garuda, Kai contacts Hayato. He tells them that they were able to pick up 2 mobile suits. Quattro and Camille are alive. They meet up with the Aldumla. Kai is relieved as they thought they were dead men. Rekkawa is mad as she wished she had more time to find out more intel on Sayla and Amado's location. Kai knows of Sayla's general location but doesn't have the specifics. He sarcastically says only someone like Char can probably find out the exact location. Rekkawa says, oh yeah, that's not a problem. That is when Chartro walks in and meets Kai. After the attack on Jaburo, the Titans will use this to gain more power within EFF to quell anti-Federation sentiments. Now that Jaburo is gone, Grips is now their new headquarters. Jaburo technically isn't destroyed. Most of it is underground and intact. It was just abandoned. We see this in our Johnny Ryden coverage. After the mission, Bask and his fleet returns to Grips. Gematov Hyman also heads to Grips to make a visit. 2 Titan ships and the Hyzak fleet were destroyed, and Major Shelly Page was killed in action. The Argama was able to slip right underneath their noses during the operation. How though? Cutting away isn't a solution. That's lazy writing. He is being very apologetic. Bask? Apologetic? Hyman notices this as well and says that all it takes is a cute subordinate to break Bask's composure. How many handies did Shelly give Bask? Until their Kilimanjaro base is ready, all resources will be on Grips, so they have to fortify their defenses. Back on the Aldumla, Quattro takes a shower. He thinks about Shelly's final words, scoffing at the idea that Aeug is searching for peace. This is why everyone will merely think of Aeug as a terrorist group. He wonders if Maharaja Khan was right. Maharaja took the Relina Peacecraft approach to peace while allowing Axis to become divided in their weakest state post-1-year war. In the end, the stress put him into a coma and he eventually passed away. For more on this, go check out our coverage of Char's deleted affair. Also, another Chartro takes a shower scene. We've seen this dude naked like 3 times in this manga, but no bright butt. Why do we even do this? Quattro meets with the Aeug. Except for Camille. He's all tuckered out. Everyone is happy how the mission went, except for Quattro, who thinks they failed. He says that the nuke that went off will be blamed on the Aeug. They set them up. Roberto says they wouldn't set off a nuke killing hundreds of people just to set us up, right? Right? Quattro underestimated EFF and didn't expect them to damage the Earth more than it already has been. Oh boy, Dublin and Lhasa hasn't even happened yet. Hey, wait a minute, Lhasa was your fault, asshole. Hayato says that they can send out a message to Bright once they get to Kennedy. Quattro wonders if that is their headquarters. Hayato tells him that they don't have a headquarters, and most of Karaba works within EFF from the inside. Most of their supporters remain anonymous. They have the same goal, however, of taking down the Titans. He is merely the captain of a war museum on paper, but he is really the commander of a small team with anti-Titan sentiments. Kai approaches Hayato about Quattro being Char. Hayato says, nah, I don't know what you're talking about. This is Quattro. He tells him to come to his quarters, where he shows an encrypted video message that Bright sent him a while back. It is a message from Bright saying that he trusts Char now, and he has changed since the 1-year war. Hayato was told to show this to all the White Base crew. One thing to note is that Hayato doesn't seem to know that Char and Sayla are Daikums. Remember, Kai was the first to learn about Char and Sayla's identity. Back with the Aeug fleet, all the ships have dispersed. Even after a successful mission, they still have to separate and go into hiding. The Aeug will be taken out quickly if they function as a fleet, but individually, each ship can go into hiding and wait for their next mission. Since Bright still doesn't have his mobile suit team, he and the Radish will head to Livy and Rose. Dr. Hassan is tending to Emma. He is actually being useful instead of asking to see Emma's tits.
Onto your top, Emma.
She is currently in a coma, and who knows when or if she will come out. At Grips, Bask has silenced everyone involved and are ready to point the blame for the nuke on the Aeug. The only loose end who knows the nuke's true intentions is Jared. Bask will handle him. Hyman will call a meeting for now. They are one step closer to absolute control. Kennedy Space Center, Florida. The Aldumla lands. Kai is about to make his leap, but Quattro wants to talk to him first. He wants to know the location of Sayla. Kai says, don't you mean Artesia? Quattro's face in this moment is glorious. He says, god damn it. Every time with you fucking White Base crew. Can we just not do this? Swear to God, I'm gonna blow up the Earth one day. He says that Char randomly popping up after so many years means there is still a Xeon outpost somewhere. He wonders what Kai is getting at. He wants to know his true intentions. He isn't trying to start a new Xeon. He is just trying to stop the Titans, and he wants Amado and Sayla's help. But why be a pilot? If he was Casseval, within 10 to 20 years, he could easily become EFF Prime Minister. Why not go into politics? He says that politics isn't going to stop the oppression happening in the now. He feels Quattro is safe for now, and gives him his sister's contact information. Kai tells Quattro that he can never trust him. He is still mad about Miharu's death. You know that girl that learned Newton's first law of motion the hard way? Whee! Let it go, dude. She was a spy. You liked her because she fed you once and takes good care of her siblings? Well, those kids are most certainly dead now, so it doesn't matter. They have a sub that they could use to transport their mobile suits. Meanwhile, they will leave a Garuda here at Kennedy while others act as a diversion to any enemy forces. They also have an old space shuttle that they could launch as a diversion. Shouldn't that be considered a museum artifact? No, let's just launch it. They are able to establish a connection with Livy and Rose. They all discuss how the Titans were using the Aeug during the operation to lay blame. Wong takes some of the blame for pushing the mission so hard. Wong is sorry? Wow, that's a first. They are going to make steps towards cutting off supply lines to Grips. Meanwhile, Quattro and his team will remain on Earth until they could take out the Titans' terrestrial bases. Blex also informs Quattro that Emma has been critically wounded. He says it appears they have an experienced tactician. It's weird to see Yazan as a tactician in the manga instead of a straight-up psychopath like in the anime. Wong is mad that Char got the Zero Shiki damaged. But once he hears that they may have a lead on Amado, he begins throwing more money at Quattro. Bask talks to the Port Moresby EFF commander. He can't help the Titans with their terrestrial assault on the Aeug, as they have been tasked with transporting supplies from Jaburo to Port Moresby. Since his team is busy moving, Bask will use his forces that aren't moving, referring to the New Type Laboratory. Back at Kennedy, Hayato learns that the Titans took over Oakland New Type Labs. It is time to abandon Kennedy. Chartra wants Kai to investigate the location of the Titans' terrestrial base. He was planning on doing that even if Quattro didn't ask. He wants to take Rekoa with him. Char wants to borrow a car. He is going to look for Amado on foot. Hayato gives him his wife, Frau Bo's contact info. She wants to find him as well. Meanwhile, Hayato will take command of Camille and the Aeug pilots. Char believes he will make a fine commander, but you could tell he is nervous of living up to Bright. Somewhere over North America, Buron Blutarch is heading towards Kennedy in his Ashimar. And that will do it for this episode. We are treading into different territory from the show as Emma is critically injured and Requa is running off with Kai. I assume this distance between Requa and Quattro will eventually culminate in a similar manner as the show. Next time, Char and Selah will reunite. The Aldumla will take on the Ashamar. We will also see former White Base member Omer Fang make his appearance and actually play a role in Karaba. Every time I mention Omer Fang, I am legally obligated to play the bazooka clip. But that will do it for now, new types. I leave you with a question. Do you like Hayato's look in the manga, or do you appreciate his iconic thumb look from the anime? Peace.